Have you ever seen those quintessential buffalo photos? Some are black and white, some are blown up on canvas that are hanging in people's homes or cabins. That. Yeah, I want that. My family told me they were driving out to Custer State Park in South Dakota to go to the Buffalo Roundup. Now, I had no idea what a Buffalo Roundup was, but me loving nature, I was like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds incredible. After some deep, intense research, I found out that the Custer State Park staff during the Buffalo Roundup actually round up the buffalo, but essentially they're gathering them for calf identification, checking for diseases, and essentially right-sizing the herd, just making sure that they don't outgrow their food source. Now, knowing that I'd be a ways away from the actual buffalo, as with most wildlife photography, I decided to go to lensrentals.com and rent a Sony G Master 100-400 f4 to 5.6 for the week. It was actually only like $140, $150 for the entire week, so very affordable. By the way, Lens Rentals is not sponsoring this. I don't think anybody would sponsor this, but shout out Lens Rentals. Appreciate y'all. So we packed up and got up at the ass crack of dawn, actually long before the ass crack of dawn, and we drove, and we drove, and we drove. Now, after the long drive, we finally arrived in the little town of Custer, South Dakota. So the next morning, we again woke up at 3:30 in the morning to get to Custer State Park super early, thinking that we were going to be the early birds. We were wrong. There was a line of cars already in the park, some people camping overnight just to get good spots. We found out that the line, I think, was like 1.5 miles long at like 2:30 in the morning already. So yeah, didn't make that one. But I actually didn't mind because it gave me a chance to practice my astrophotography. What I did not expect was to have some company. After our coyote friends left us, they finally opened up the gates at 6:30 a.m. and the line started moving again. When we finally got to the viewing area, I could not believe the scale of this place. I mean, I think they said every year there's roughly over 20,000, not 200,000, roughly over 20,000 people that attend this every single year, which is wild to me. After several hours of waiting, the moment had finally arrived. The herd was here. The unfortunate part is it didn't quite get the shot I was hoping for. I was a little too high up, a little too far away, a little too many people in between me and the actual herd, so I wasn't like right up along the fence line, and ultimately these are just alternate ways of saying I wasn't prepared enough. I did get a few really cool shots, especially of the cowboys though, so I don't want to take away from that. I just didn't quite get the photo that I had in mind, and you know what? That's okay, sometimes that happens. Now, while the Buffalo Roundup was really cool, I would say the best part, or my favorite part, was the actual hiking. I think Custer State Park is a very underrated park. I think the Black Hills in general is a very underrated area. And I only say that because I'm very biased. I love hiking. I love nature. I love landscape photography, so there's taking nothing away from the actual Buffalo Roundup, but I really enjoy my hikes. Now again, I may not have gotten the perfect buffalo shot, but I did get some incredible shots, and I got some incredible landscape photos and photos on our hike throughout Custer State Park, or hikes I should say. And ultimately I got to spend some quality time, much needed quality time with my family, so put a check in the W column, we'll take it. Now, I did also have a little bit of an oopsie when I was driving through Needles Highway.
I can't pay attention to that.
Oh god. Oh god.
I'm an idiot.